Hello, friends. This is Alia Jamal, the Love Coach, and we are meeting once again for our Relationship with Yourself 30-day series. And today is day 20. And today we are talking about one of the symptom or a sign of having um, an unhealthy relationship with yourself is living in the past or reliving the past. When in your mind you keep going, this happened and then that happened and that person said that and this person said that, when those moments are happening inside of you and it's a very internal experience, remember that is a sign or a symptom of a toxic relationship with yourself. Now, let's unpack it a little bit. What does that mean? When we go into the past, when we have to go back, we are trying to justify something. If we are trying to justify something, that means there is no trust with ourselves. It's almost like I'm trying to convince myself what that person did was wrong, what I did was either right or wrong. We are looking for that justification. If we are looking for justification, deep down somewhere, there's also judgment. So that means we are judging ourselves. We are not trusting ourselves. Those are all the ways that we know that our relationship with ourselves is not very healthy. But most importantly, we are creating safety within us through these two things. When we don't feel safe in being who we already are and accepting that being, another way of saying is when you don't feel comfortable in your own skin, when you're trying to be somebody you're not. When we are going through that process, that is a symptom of not having a healthy relationship with yourself. So what is we can do about it? Another thing before we go to that, I wanted to share, our brain, our physical body gets used to the chemical release that happens when we keep going into the past, when we keep rehashing past events or past trauma. So it becomes physically difficult to shift it. But there's something you can do to shift it and create a very different life for yourself, which has way more energy than you have right now. Because every time we go into the past and we go into that justification aspect of it, we're losing energy. So being in this moment, whenever the past shows up, first remind yourself you don't want to be right. Now, this is a much deeper concept, but I will see if in the given time I can unpack it for you. When you let go of the need to be right, you're also letting go the need to be safe through your life experience. That is when you're able to anchor within your being for safety. And that is when you can actually step into the dimension of miracles. Miracles are things that happen in our life that cannot be explained with logic. When we try to be right or wrong, that is something that can be explained with logic or it could be argued. So when we are playing in that dimension and we remind ourselves, I don't want to be right. It's okay. Whatever happened is okay. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe I was right. Maybe that person was wrong. Maybe that person was right. In the beginning, it would feel so uncomfortable. Every single cell of your body would want to argue and justify and want to be right. But when you let go the need to be right, you release your past. Because past can't really do anything for you unless you are in this present moment. A creator's energy, the energy of the universe, the power that has created the world, the power that has created you and me exists in this present moment. You want to plug in there? Have to be in this moment. You need to be aware of this moment. If you are aware of what happened yesterday, you're not here. You're not getting benefited from it. Think of it this way. Let's say if you are at your workplace and somebody brought donuts, and let's say um, you were not in the kitchen when the donuts were brought in. Maybe you were in a meeting, or maybe you were not even at work that day. You have gone out to do something. You're not going to get donut, even though they were sitting there, they were available to you. Same thing happened. When you check out from this moment, you're not getting the benefit of this moment. And that is the energy that is available, the energy that you can use to transform your life, transform yourself. That is not available to you. That is if we look at it from my lens, because my lens is very, very keen on what kind of relationship you have with yourself, that is a form of self-abuse. You're depriving yourself of the massive amount of energy that is present in this moment just because you want to be safe in arguing and justifying what happened yesterday. Was it your fault or not? So the first thing you can do is release the need to be right. When you don't want to be right anymore, you already became, I would say, the richest person in this world, because the energy that you're going to have, you can create the world with it. It's going to be so massive. And the second thing you can do, start focusing on where is your safety? Where is your anchor? Is your anchor in your identity? If it's in your identity, if you're like, I'm a man, I'm a woman, I am a doctor, I'm a lawyer, or I'm a accountant, if those are the things, or I'm a mom, a lot of our identity comes with that, or I'm a dad. If your identity is coming from who you are or who you choose to be in this world, it will always be challenged. Focus on, if you're none of that, who you will be. Sit with that question. Take that question to with yourself to the beach, for hiking, for a walk, and really focus on yourself. If I'm none of this, who I will be. When you start to anchor your identity in that empty space of unknown, and when you become okay being there, that is when you're able to stop rehashing your past, stop living past trauma, stop going into the past, stop pulling, skeletons out of the past. That is when that thing stops, because you have developed two different skills within you. One, detachment from being right and wrong. And the second one is start connecting with who you are beyond this ego. Ego equals identity. Who you are beyond that, when you just take the first step, you have started that journey. And if that is something you would love to nurture and create in your life, and that if that is something you would like to embody, you can always reach out to me. You go to my website, aliajamalcoaching.com, or if you're watching it somewhere on social media, feel free to DM me. And I would love to be your guide to help you come into this present moment, connect with the present moment, and save so much energy and create a very nurturing, loving relationship with yourself. I'll see you with the next bit. Bye.